Ladies and gentlemen, in the state of New Jersey, effective immediately, because I know I got many subscribers that are in New Jersey. Well, now there's an executive order. If you do not have a mask on your face, you cannot enter the supermarket. So he signed an executive order and it goes into effect immediately. I'm not surprised that they came to this because of the pranks of people going into stores, licking on products and coughing on products and drinking from juice and everything and putting it back on the shelf. So now you are required to cover up or you will not be doing your grocery shopping in the state of New Jersey. And I also think all of these supermarkets, and I know many of them do, they should have some type of disinfectant wipes at the door so you can wipe these carts down. If they don't have that, even if you're in another state, you complain about that. That's the least they can do during this time when CV is going so strong in the country. If they don't have it, you go to the manager and make sure they get it. Because I mean, there are a few stores that I noticed the last time I was out, they didn't even have disinfectant at the door, you know. And you can get those travel size pouches of disinfectant wipes yourself or some type of alcohol wipe. And you can wipe the handle on those carts yourself if you want, just something small enough to put in your purse. Okay, so New Jersey orders residents to wear masks in grocery stores. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy ordered all residents to wear masks in grocery stores as coronavirus cases and deaths continue to climb. Murphy announced Wednesday that he was signing an executive order enforcing restrictions to try to decrease the spread of coronavirus in some of the only businesses that remain open in the state. To lessen overcrowding, all essential retail stores will only be permitted to allow up to 50% of their approved capacity inside. All customers and employees will be required to wear face coverings while inside the store. Businesses must supply employees with masks, coverings, and gloves. Thank you. If you are an essential business and you still have not given your employees gloves and masks and any kind of protection, you should be shut down at this point. I wouldn't even let you continue on. And I think if this government would just shut these stores down, I promise you, they're going to get all the supplies their employees need. As long as nothing is happening to them, they're going to continue on making them work with no gear. I don't think that's right. When they don't comply, they need to be shut down until they do get in compliance. If you would just take a more bolder step like this for your post office and Amazon and these stores that got their grocery store employees working unprotected at registers and stuff, all of this would go away. But nobody is really putting their foot down on these businesses. But I'm glad he said that, the governor here. Now, he wrote it exceptions include projects at our hospitals and schools, in our transportation and public utility sector, the buildings of affordable housing, other individual housing sites that can be adhered to strict limits on the number of workers on site, and other limited instances. So he wrote this in a tweet April 8th, 2020. The executive order also mandates stores provide certain shopping hours for high risk populations, such as seniors, place physical barriers between customers and employees where practicable, Okay, yeah, so they're forcing you to do social distancing. If they put the barriers up, then they are forcing you to do social distancing in the stores. Um, all right, so employees are expected to sanitize areas in the stores on a regular basis. He said during a press briefing Wednesday that those not wearing face coverings would get asked to leave, except for those who are under age 2 or with medical reasons to not wear a mask. My personal guidance is you got to go out and find something to put on your face before you come in, he said, according to NewJersey.com. Murphy also announced that all non essential construction will cease indefinitely starting at 8 p.m. Friday, with exceptions for hospitals, school, transportation, and affordable housing projects. Individual housing sites may continue construction if they can follow rules restricting the number of workers on site. New Jersey passed 1,500 deaths associated with COVID 19 Wednesday, leading the governor to warn the state is not at any plateau. The state recorded its highest single day increase of deaths of 275 Wednesday, surpassing Tuesday at 232 deaths. New Jersey has confirmed 47,437 cases across the state, the second most behind its neighbor, New York, which has documented 149,401 cases. And see, Cuomo came out in the beginning of the week and said that he thought they were peaking. And then as soon as he said that, the following day, everything surged right back up again. I think it's too early in the game to tell if there's any peak or not. And our temperatures really are not that high in the Northeast. So if you're counting on the warm weather to kind of make this thing cease, we're not in that part yet. I mean, we are still going in the 30s at night here in the Northeast. So I don't know why anybody would expect that this thing is peaking at this point. And we're still very much in cooler weather. Now, sometimes the daytime temperatures will go up in the 60s, and we had 74 degrees yesterday. But the bottom line is, shoot, we still go in the 30s at night. So this thing ain't going nowhere, and we're not peaking. We're nowhere near peaking right now. So all of my subscribers that live in New Jersey just know what to expect if you intend on doing your grocery shopping or going to some sort of produce market like Produce Junction in our area, then you're going to have to cover up. I don't think it's a bad idea, just looking at everything that's going on out here. I don't think it's a bad idea, and I was online looking at some public schools now are looking for online classes starting in September. They still don't want the students back in the schools, even when September comes. And I think, we should know these things in advance, especially if you are returning back to work or if you're still going to be home with your kids, you're going to have to know what to do as far as getting them online so that they can get their lessons and their schoolwork done. So, I mean, life has changed, y'all. We ain't going back. I know people are whining about going back to the way it was. Y'all can forget that. We are not going back. When this fall comes, they're not going to be able to send these kids to school. I think when summer comes, they're going to barely be able to get everybody out to work. You may for a little period of time when the weather is piping hot, you might be able to do it then, but when this thing comes back in the fall, ultimately everybody's going to end up back home again. And you know how long the fall and winters can be if you get stuck in the house all that time. Look, people are climbing the wall now and domestic violence is up, and we've only been in this thing barely 3 weeks. So now look at the circumstances. So I'm glad he said this thing has not peaked. He's absolutely right. All right, there's a little video here. I'm going to see if I can play this.
New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy ordered all residents to wear masks in grocery stores as coronavirus cases and deaths continue to climb. Murphy announced Wednesday that he was signing an executive order enforcing restrictions to try to decrease the spread of coronavirus in some of the only businesses that remain open in the state. To lessen overcrowding, all of what are considered essential retail stores will only be permitted to allow up to 50% of their approved capacity inside. All customers and employees will be required to wear face coverings while inside the store.
All right, y'all. Again, if you got an essential business that's open, I don't even care if it's takeout food. You tell them to get some disinfectant wipes. That's the least they can do, especially if you're going to be touching items and touching carts and stuff. That's the least they can do. You know, even if you got gloves on, they should still have disinfectant at this point. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.